started.
All right, let's see. What have I played against e4 recently? A Sicilian, a Rui, a center counter. How about a French? Let's see. I'm playing J. Lopez from Ecuador. J. Lopez Salas, 1968. Okay, there's a bit of an unusual line against the French. The normal move is d4. I am going to play d5 anyway, since I think I can. He takes, I take, and it's adequately defended. And we have transposed into some other kind of opening, I suppose. This is like a exchange. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Okay, he gets his knights out. Let's see. He's blocked his c pawn, so this pawn is not under attack. Let's pin his knight. See what he does. He can check me, and I can block with my bishop. I'll just go ahead and castle and get away from all that unpleasantness. And now, where do I want the rest of my pieces to go? So I sort of want to play c4, c5 rather, to undermine the center. And if I play c5 and he plays a3 to kick the bishop, I can just take the knight, I guess. And if he takes the pawn, I'll take it back with the bishop, and I'll get a I will get a isolated queen's pawn position, but this way it's something different. This is more like Nimzo-Indian type pawn structure with he's got the doubled pawns here. So I can leave this here. If he takes, it gives him tripled pawns. It's kind of a ugly formation, and I'm not I can easily win back one of those pawns. So let's just get on with developing pieces. Put some more pressure on the center. Maybe bishop out to bishop out here to g4 is an idea. I can immediately go after these pawns with the queen. It's probably a good way to play. The thing is, all these pawns lined up over here can't easily be defended. So you don't really have to worry when your opponent wants to take one of these pawns. Let's see, did I leave my center pawn under defended? Oh, no, he gave up his knight, so my knight is defending that. Now he may be threatening to take here and then take my pawn. Let's see, so I could play knight to here, which is an interesting idea. Just when he takes my knight, it doubles my pawns over here, and I don't like that particularly. A more conservative move would be knight to d7, just attacking this pawn, but giving up my center pawn. And both these moves, yeah, whenever I move the knight, I give up the center pawn. So say knight here, queen takes, and then knight takes this pawn maybe. And I'm hitting his bishop. I guess I like that better. And I just have to make sure his queen's not attacking anything desperately there. When his queen takes, my knight here forks the bishop and the queen, but he can defend the bishop. I think, yeah, he moves the queen back here to defend the bishop, I guess. And I can take the bishop with check and then grab this other pawn, and I've equalized the material and I have a better structure, I think. I think that's good. So let's see if black can come up with anything interesting. There's always these intermediate moves, but his queen's under attack, so it's hard for him to do a whole lot. So I'm pretty sure I want to take that bishop with check. Let's just pause and see if there's anything else going on here that I could take advantage of. No, I think that's the way to
Check.
go. And take there. Yes, take back with the queen. Then I can grab this pawn. And this is a good square for my queen. It's not, the bishop can chase it. That's okay. And then I need to develop my bishop, but I have a good square over here. So where do I want to put my queen? I could go all the way over here and start lining up the idea of bishop here, lining up on this knight. And then bring my knight over. Yeah, I could play, I guess, knight knight to e5 here is a threat immediately, because if he takes, I take his queen. And if he does nothing, I can take and mess up his pawns. Go into an endgame where I'm a little bit better. Okay, so he gets out of the pin. Let's see, he's attacking anything here I have to worry about. This pawn here, bishop is on the dark squares, so we have opposite colored bishops. So anyway, yeah, the rule when you have opposite colored bishops in the middle game here is you want to, you're stronger on the light squares because you have a light squared bishop, for example. So you want to attack on the light squares, take advantage of your extra force. Whereas white here is stronger on the dark squares because he's got a dark squared bishop. So I have to be wary of weakening my dark squares. In terms of pawn structure, it's pretty even, but the split pawns on the queen side give black a slight advantage. Maybe this knight is a little bit out of play here. So trading here and moving my knight might be an idea. Also, I could develop my rooks. Always a good idea. Develop your pieces. So what is white planning here? I guess if I was white, I guess I would want to do something about the knight. Maybe knight back to d2, d4, or here I would probably just take it. And knight d4 is an idea. If I don't take, he is sort of threatening to take here. That's what I would do, is I would take, because after the knight moves I have this, my bishop can come to this square e2 and fork the rook and the queen. However, the knight is guarding that. So if I take the knight, he has to take back with the queen. And then that move doesn't really accomplish anything. So what do I want to do? I either need to defend that knight or move it. So maybe, and if I defend it, he takes, I take with the rook, for example. He could grab this pawn. No, he can't. He's got to move the queen after I retake. I think defending the knight is an idea. Then maybe I can move my knight with tempo. Actually, I had this idea before in the previous position. Instead of moving my rook, if I had played my knight to e5, hitting the queen, and the queen moves, and knight to here, check. Takes, and I am starting to threaten checkmate, but his knight is on that square. So he could just exchange out, and he would probably be just a piece up. Okay. Still, the idea of a knight sacrifice on f3 is kind of appealing, if it weren't for this knight here. So maybe my next move is bring the other rook here, try and trade off that knight. I guess that's not so easy. It's well defended there. I could think of doing something with my pawns. Maybe A6 and B5. If he trades and I take back with my rook, then he has to move the queen, and then I can bring my rook over here to G6, and I think that's good for me. I would give up a pawn for that position. Queen, bishop, and rook all attacking the king here. So one question is, what do I do if white plays the move h3, hitting my bishop? So one thing I could try, knight takes, and then he takes back with the queen, and I have to move my bishop anyway. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. I've got 2 pawns for the piece, but is that enough? Maybe. I have a fairly quick rook lift. A queen over here and a rook coming over here would be dangerous. Okay, decided to take. After long deliberation, I think this should be good for me. I'm not sure where his queen is going, and he really can't stop my rook from coming to the G6 here. That's the advantage. See, I get to own the light squares more or less. So I think he has to respond to this threat, and he doesn't have time to take a pawn here. But we'll see. Yeah, so now I was thinking bishop here or here. Maybe bishop here because it's more forcing. Bishop to h3 threatens the rook. The rook moves, and then I play queen to f3. And I think it's curtains. I don't see a way out of that. Kind of a perfect example of weakness on the light squares. He can't defend the square g2 in front of his king, so it's game over. Unless I miss something. Yeah, what can he try? Try to get a piece.
Resigns.
Yeah, okay, it is game over. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty instructive, and I'm going to follow up with a postmortem video. See you then. Bye.